Good afternoon, just letting you know that we're on set at Delhi Felice in Staley Bridge, and this woman here is just impossible. She's absolutely training like hell. Tracey's one of ours from Tameside. You might know her from the TV show Who Dares Wins. She was number 20, you know, the famous one with a tear on her eye, the tattoo. She's been training now for the last few years. I'll let Tracey talk about how this all started and how the big lead up to her first pro fight. So introduce yourself.
My name's Tracey Webber. Like Massimo says, you might know my face from the hit TV series SAS Who Dares Wins, where I was in season 4, where women took place for the first time in history.
And just tell us when people started noticing you.
In the amateurs, my final few amateur fights, I boxed a now world champion. She's professional now. That was one of my last fights in the amateurs, the elite championships, where I got noticed and boxed for England. Had my England debut, ended up on the England talent programme, but I come back from 3 years out fighting the best in the country, and I wanted to turn over pro and realised that I was made for the pros. So yeah, I turned over as a pro. I was meant to have my professional debut in March 2020. I was in a 3-month training camp. A week before my fight was national lockdown, and that was the end of that. And here we are now, 3 years down the line, finally my debut in place.
And just talk about a little bit about the TV show, how you got picked for one of the most popular shows.
Yeah, it was mad how it come about. I was in my boxing gym training as normal, and there was 2 people in there. I thought they clocked me for a sponsor, to be quite honest with you, and they ended up talking to him after shadow boxing and told me that they was part of the casting crew for SAS Who Dares Wins and invited me to a casting.
And this show just shows really how tough and mentally that a person can be pushed to. And I've seen Tracey over the last few years, and believe me, she does get pushed mentally. And after the show, she was supposed to fight a massive, big first debut fight, and that was COVID times. So I'm going to ask her, why, how did it feel that 1 week before your big fight that you've been training for every day got cancelled?
Yeah, I was training for about 2 years since retiring from the amateurs. I was lead up to, to become a fully rounded professional boxer. Finally had my debut set in place for March 2020. I was in a 3-month training camp. Been the best I've ever been, physically, mentally. I was flying. A week before my fight, where you're just loosening off and relaxing and sharpening up your tools. I found out, Boris Johnson announced there was a national lockdown, and that was the end of my debut. And since then, the last 3 years, I've had 3 falling through debuts. So we're finally here now, and I've got a debut set in place for 7 weeks down the line.
So you think about all the years that have gone past, and Tracey's just waiting for that one big fight to show who she is mentally, and this is everything is by herself. She pays for food, she pays for training, and still not yet one fight. And even I lost a few tears when that first fight got cancelled, because we was all doomed to go, and amazing, it was all ready, and then it just got doomed by COVID. It was absolutely terrible. So tell us now about your first fight at last.
Finally here, yeah, 7 weeks to go. Can't wait. I'm in training camp right now, training very hard, very focused. Can't wait for this debut. I'm going to make a very big statement, and like Massimo says, introduce myself to who I am. When it comes down to boxing, I've sacrificed everything for this, and boxing is what is meant to be in my life, and I'm going to show the world who I am.
So one last bit before we go. I mean, we've been watching the powerful videos with Robin Reed. Tell us what's that like?
Yeah, training with a 3-time world champion and an Olympic bronze medalist, top guy. Yeah, I'm learning a lot from him. Training's going great. He's bringing my natural style out. I just can't wait to get out there and show my skills. And Robin Reid is a great man, and he's got all faith in me.
And one last thing, are you ready for the fight?
More than ready, more than ready. I've been ready for the last 3 years pretty much, so yeah, this is all I've wanted for the last 3 years now, and the day is finally here and it's my time to shine.
Fantastic. And we'll all be watching, and you are a Tameside girl.
I am indeed,
so,
born and bred.
So born and bred, Tameside girl, Hattersley.
Hopefully.
Thank you for your time today, because I know that she was training till midnight last night. So she's actually come
and
out.
work as well.
Yeah, and she works as well,
Yeah.
and tried to eat and tried to sleep all at the same time. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It is a Rocky story. A female Rocky story. Right, so that's us from About Tameside, and thank you to Deli Felice for letting us use the restaurant. Alright, bye.